What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Whatever We Want podcast. Yes, I am one of the hosts of the show. I go by the name of Jazz, Superjaz, SJ, JT, whatever you want, what have you, and the like. And as always, I am joined by the other host of the show.
Yes, you guys know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Omari LSVO Grande on YouTube, sometimes referred to as Jazz and others as Pete on the show. And I'm here as well.
And yes, as I said, this is the Whatever We Want podcast where we do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We do not lead this conversation. This conversation leads us, and we let these chips fall where they mess friends asking too deep questions.
Just change the one letter.
That's the point. It's supposed to be the first letter.
It's just funny that it's a long ass thing. Best friends asking too deep questions.
Because every now and then, even though we do let these chips fall where they may, in this particular situation, we do what we have since halfway dubbed a guided episode. And it's been a while. I said, why the fuck not? So I looked up some too deep questions. Let's ask too deep questions because we're best friends. And here are some too deep questions.
Okay, so the questions themselves are too deep, and we're trying to keep all our thoughts out of our heads because we're on a podcast. Got it.
Trying to keep our thoughts out of our heads. What did I forget about? What I missed with that one?
Entity, and I'm trying to keep all my thoughts in my head instead of going under. But we're talking, so they have to be out of our head because we're on a podcast.
My bad. I guess it was my fault because I'm a dick. Well, I'm addicted to you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I remember when I first heard that song, I was like, he said that on the radio? And I said, oh, okay, I see what y'all did. Oh, shit. My bad. I guess I'm in the business of misery, so we should take it from the top.
Welcome to the Whatever We Want podcast. That's right.
Hey, look, my bad. I'm not trying to make it another loser anthem.
Good.
For real, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I said good. That's what I said.
Thanks for the memory.
Buddy Brett.
They weren't
Oh,
so
my.
nice, but maybe it might be sweeter. What, man? Look, I don't know what you think is going on. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you before we get into the topic at hand. And then here you go.
Hey, I'm not saying all those words. But that being cut out of context.
What
I
the fuck?
gotta
What the
paraphrase
fuck are
that.
you thinking about?
Gotta paraphrase that. Nah, but how the song says, like you quoted the fucking "Thanks for the memories," and then you were like, even though it might be sweeter, rather than
Oh well, because I don't know all the exact words to the fucking chorus because the dude from Fallout Boy fucking sugar with rolling out winging. I mean, I'm not one with a bullet. Like I know what he says, but he purposely slurs his words. So yeah,
I'm about to say that was an easy one.
it wasn't an easy one before I fucking like read them damn lyrics. I'll be a number one with a bullet, a loaded god complex. He sings it like I'll be a number one with a bullet. Although that god complex, like
But
this
the line you said that what
the
understood
line
was the
before.
number one
Okay,
with the bullet,
all
and
right,
that was
all
the
right.
easy part to remember. Anyway, the two deep questions.
I'm sorry.
Two deep questions.
Here's the hair, and here's you splitting it. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Split that hair in between the lines, buddy. The stupid old read between the lines. Yeah.
I was gonna say because you're my best friend, and if I could find you now, things would be better. But you're pissing me off.
Yeah, I don't even know what song that is.
Yes, the fuck you do.
Okay.
Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card.
Ah, we gotta walk down to the Ocean Avenue and then get got you. I don't know all the words to that one. Too deep. Speaking of the ocean, two deep questions.
For real, man. Like I think you're over here like partying hard a little too much, and I know we will always party hard,
When it's time to party, at least.
but can we focus a little bit?
I'm the one who keeps trying to steer it back to the actual topic.
Me over here, just because you made one pop punk reference, I had to go down the list of all the shit. Oh man, I love having too much fun. Anyway, all right. All right. I found 70 deep conversation starters for someone new. What I did was apparently according to like Cosmo.com, cosmopolitan.com. I went online. I just typed in two deep questions. It found 70. It's a whole bunch of links to shit. This is like the second link or something or whatever because the first one it was I didn't necessarily like it. So I we just go down the list. Obviously, we're not going to ask all 70 of these motherfuckers, but we'll
Hell
just
no. I doubt we'll last seven. Well, I don't
because we fucking fart around too much about bullshit.
know.
Um,
Well, just
so,
if these are two deep questions, that means they stoke conversation.
but I'm looking at these questions and they don't seem as deep. Again, this is on like the first like few I'm looking at. So as we go down the list, maybe they'll get deeper. But I'm looking at
Hmm.
these questions and I'm like, they don't seem so deep. Some of them maybe, but
Let's do a
we'll see.
couple. We'll
We'll
see
see.
it. We'll see if we
We'll
have to
see.
skip ahead or whatever.
All right. Numero uno on this list. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? Honestly, I don't know if it's that big of a fucking deal. I would live somewhere probably like maybe not necessarily straight up Orlando, but somewhere kind of like where you live, where it's always a tropical fucking climate. Because you know STL obviously is the home of both of us, but St. Louis does.
Kidding. Obviously,
Well, I mean,
this
you
is
have been
just
in Orlando for a
it's
long
no.
time.
I'm just
You
saying
you're
because I
allowed to claim both.
literally have
So,
St. Louis up
oh,
in the background.
no, you're allowed to claim both.
Oh,
So you've
yeah.
been in Orlando for a long time now. So,
Yeah.
but it's the home of both of us. But St. Louis has pretty harsh, humid ass summers. Even though I love the summer, and it also has harsh, cold, frigid ass winters, and I fucking hate the winter. Um,
As do I.
so I don't fucking know, man. Somewhere where it's pretty even kill. The lowest that you probably go would be maybe high 50s, low 60s. The highest you go is probably not too much more than 80. I would say LA, if money is no object, LA. But LA surprisingly gets cold as fuck on a lot of nights. Found that out years ago. Um, I don't know, Texas. Go down there and live with the rest of your peeps. I
Mhm.
don't know.
So, so there's this. I kind of like the idea of picking based on weather. Yes. Um, and when I think about that, I don't know where it is. There's got to be somewhere in the world where, because there's this sweet spot for me when it comes to weather, to where it's cold and it's warm enough to where I want to be outside, and I'm enjoying myself, but cold enough to where like wasp and bees are not floating around.
That's
Oh.
what I've seen like random stuff online. Sometimes people are like, why do I live? Oh, like I saw something online some years ago actually. Where it's like, why do I live where the weather hates my face, hurts my face, like the cold? And it's like, oh yeah, and it like shows some bugs, and it was like, that's why.
Yeah, it's like if whatever area of the world it is, if I had some kind of fictional way to just, I got enough money to live comfortably and, this is the weather I have to deal with not the most out of the year, where I have the most, where I can get the most of that weather. Put me there. I don't know where that is. Probably somewhere south of where I am because we still get no, but we get the really hot summer, so it would have to probably be north of where I am. With the,
I always say people talk about like, when it comes to summer, like, oh, I hate summer or whatever.
oh, I don't
And
hate the summer.
no, I
Give
know
me
you.
summer over winter anytime.
I
I mean,
People who say they hate the summer, that's the weirdest thing to me. And this might come off a little bit messed up to say, I don't know. But I think that people who say that they love winter more than summer, outside of allergies and all that, I would say that those people, to some extent, never really had to struggle a little too much. Because if you, and like I said, that's a little messed up to say, that might be a reach. But if you love winter, that means that you always had availability for some level of heat,
well, I like the winter because you can always put on extra layers.
which means that you had
You
access
can
to
only take
clothes.
off, you can only take off so many layers. And if you're still hot, you're still hot.
The poorest person has the availability to get naked. The poorest person ain't got access to a whole bunch of clothes to warm them up in the winter. I'm just saying. So that's like, that might be a reach, maybe
Also
not.
true. Also true. Didn't think of it that way. I'm just saying that's an argument I've heard in the
I've
past.
heard people
I
say that,
think it's
and
funny
I thought that
that
was
you're making
really
it a
stupid.
class thing, but
I was like, it might be a reach. It might be a reach, but that's something I've thought about, and I'm not hanging my hat on that. Um,
no, but yeah, yeah.
um,
I don't know about deep. That's just next
I want
question.
to say before we move on from that one.
Oh,
So outside of weather, I would want to live somewhere where there's a decent amount of stuff going on because I am somebody that I do like to get into some social shit. I do like my alone time, but I wouldn't want to live somewhere like a lot of people, when they, they start to, get their money and they get their significant other and all that shit, they want to move away from everything and it's
yeah.
me and them. And that's cool. I completely understand that lifestyle and wanting that. But I'm
Mhm.
somebody where I'm like, yo, I'm 35 fucking years old and I still love to go out and be social and hang damn near like it's 10 years ago. So,
Yeah, I don't. I've not really been. I've never really been like a clubbing type. I don't be clubbing. I do like when the girls shake something. Whatever. Bottom line is, I I do like socializing with others, and I too would also like having other people that I know. With ease of access.
right, right, right. Like I like that city shit. Like I just do. Like everywhere that I have happened to live, whether it be growing up with my parents, or whether it be me and shout out to Big Bro stayed together, or me living in my own. Always kind of wished that my front door in my apartments or the houses or whatever would have led out to a major street, so I could just walk out.
Um,
It's all kind of shit out here. The major street might have been like a block over, so whatever. But I would have just liked to just open my fucking window and just see just shit happening. But it was always happened to live on the side street. I live on the side street right now, and Major Street is around the fucking corner. Splitting hairs, but yeah, that's how much I like being around you. Is what I'm saying. Uh, Now number two. Now this is a good one, deeper than the first one. If money were no object, what would you do for a living? I think we both know probably the answer to both of us. Does it start with A and rhyme with factor?
yeah, yeah, damn, this iceberg, let me tell you. Titanic, eat your heart out.
um,
The depth of this question.
I would be an actor, obviously. I have happened to over my life done more stage than, even though I have done improv, I have done film. But I've done more stage. I don't know if money weren't a factor. Would I try to bust into the film industry, or would I try to keep it on the stage? I'd probably try to keep it on the stage and then still just do some film when the time came. The film makes stars. Stage, you get the instant gratification. So there's the difference with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
I,
that was.
I, I'll put it more in a box and say entertainer.
Mhm.
As long as I can do stuff, have people watch me, be entertained, and it just reaches everyone I want it to reach. That's whatever.
Yeah. So if money were no object, we both would be some type of entertainer, some type of actor, or at least entertainer in some capacity.
Hmm.
All right. Let's go. Number 6. Who is your hero? Superman. No, I'm joking. That's fucking corny.
Have we
Uh,
not asked this question on the show before?
we probably had, like I said, we've done deep questions to ask your best friend on an episode before, but it's just been a long time, so I just why I brought it back.
Oh, okay.
So we probably have.
I'm about to say, I
Ask a
feel
different
like
question.
no. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm saying we can move on to some
No,
questions.
I'm just go ahead. Who's your hero, Chess?
Uh, you said it almost like my dad. Who's your hero? Jazz? No, you like my father. Jazz, just
Uh,
go ahead. Who's your hero? I don't really know necessarily off the top of my head if I have a hero, quote unquote, per se, but I do have a lot of people who inspire me and I look up to. The closest thing to a hero for me would probably have to be Jimi Hendrix, and that's not necessarily because Jimi Hendrix is my hero, as much as I really do
a
to some.
lot of inspiration.
I mean, I'm gonna say like I idolize Jimmy for lack of a better word, but the reason why I really love Jimmy is because not only is the man an alien when it came to playing guitar, like the best to ever do it, but he was such an individual. Like he didn't give a fuck, Like at the time where everybody was, clearly he if you listen to a lot of shit outside of the Jimi Hendrix experience, he started playing with a group band, the Gypsies, and some of his solo stuff. He started making more quote unquote black music. So it wasn't like he was afraid of being black, but he also made rock too.
Yes.
And when people say, "Oh, black people should be this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that," it's like, well, I'm gonna dress this way. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fucking not get a left-handed guitar. I'm gonna take a right-handed guitar and play it upside down. It was just like, all of that shit.
Mhm.
And you
He
couldn't deny
dared
his
to be
talent.
himself.
Facts.
I got you.
Shout out to my secret identity. But yeah, so I like Jimi Hendrix. I got a Jimi Hendrix 5 panel on canvas in my living room, right across from the door. I feel like I've said this several times on here. So the second you open the door, first thing you see is Jimmy. So that would be the closest thing to my hero. People who inspire me though, this is cliched, but my friends, people in my family, a lot of my peers just inspire me to be better. Like I could just start naming motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely said that when it came to the inspiring thing and when it comes to like the hero type. I don't really have as much, especially now in this day and age, or like hero worship. Like that's my hero. As far as like inspirations outside of like my friends and family, and I know I definitely mentioned one before, someone who's been there for me a lot over the past few years or past decade or so, really helped me through some hard times and stuff. My buddy down here.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
M.
And yeah. And then so there's that. But I also, take inspiration from like yourself and all that you've been doing as
Thank
far
you.
as when it comes to people that I know personally and all of that. Hell, even well, everybody, like friends and family obviously motivate me a lot. Bill as well, Niz, he's doing his own thing. So yeah. Celebrity heroes, I guess. as a kid, it would have been more of a Jim Carrey, Robin Williams type, your Bernie Macs, Eddie Murphys. Um,
Quality name.
Pretty much a lot of them pretty part of the good thing about doing aside from like, hey, I get to talk to, one of my best friends every week. A good thing about doing the TGHS that this guy hasn't seen has
Right,
been
right.
kind of realizing a lot of like influences on me, both as an actor, just even as a person, or the way my personality turned out. And seeing some of these things is like, yeah, I clearly was, into this thing here that like your Eddie Murphy's and Jim Carrey. That's like, yeah, I can, and Robin Williams. So yeah, this guy's clearly a fan of one of those weirdos.
Oh yeah.
But oh yeah, just doing like voices and stuff, laughing, and you know what I mean. Bottom
I know what
line
you mean.
is that's that. And yeah, also, mentors and stuff growing up. Shout out to drama teacher from high school and stuff and all of that. But next question.
Number 7. This is just an interesting one.
Is
Who do
it?
who do you think knows you better than anyone else? Probably Ibn. For me. Either Ibn, I mean, duh, 'cause that's my brother, no shit. Or I would say at this particular juncture in my life, because of how much I've confided in two of my friends, and I've been friends with them for like 11, 12 years now. I'll say their name, Darius and Jeremy, who are like, we basically are like, we've called each other brother like a lot now.
Yeah.
So I've confided so much in them within the last few years. So at this particular juncture, if not for my big brother, my literal big brother, then my other brothers, my friend brothers, them two.
So obviously you and Ibn are on the list as well as Bill.
Oh yeah, I meant to say you, duh, no shit. What the fuck?
Nah, it's
Yes,
fine.
duh,
I don't,
you.
it's okay. It's okay if you see me as a stranger. It is what it is.
Fuck
But
you.
the bottom line is,
My bad. Yes.
one of my best friends, people I
Omari
feel
Ellis,
knows
aka
me.
Pete, knows
I feel like
me
I've
a
had a
lot
pretty
better than
good
anybody on this planet.
friendship
We
when
shared
it
a
comes
lot
to
of fucking stories.
things,
My
you
bad.
know.
Go ahead.
But no, well, not even realistically, because that is true. But no, you guys, Bill, it's either you guys, Bill, or aforementioned friend, roommate, I think I referred to him on the show, even though we're not roommates anymore, still friends. Um, yeah, I'd say that the person whose wedding I was the best man for when I had the picture up a couple of weeks ago, that person. Because you mentioned like being friends with someone for 12 years and stuff. Obviously, I've been friends with you guys for dang near 30 years at this point. And Bill for dang near like 28 or 27. Um, which is still dang near 30. But I also did live with said individual for about eight, 8 to 10 years.
Mhm.
So that's why, like, with them being the roommate. So I'm like, so that's a lot of time to just be like, oh yeah, this moment, that moment. Ah, what about this random thing? Ah, yes, I know about this when you talk about confiding in people and a lot of moments like that. So
That's
probably
what you
him.
that's what you need in this life is you need someone to confide in when you're going through shit. The weirdest thing that our brain does, and I mean everybody in this whole entire world, the weirdest thing our brain does is when we go through shit, even though we know everybody goes through shit, it tricks you into thinking that you're the only one that's experiencing that shit. So
Mhm.
to have somebody to be like, hey man, this is some crazy hard stuff happening right now, and they could just sit there and listen. And honestly, even if they don't say stuff sometimes, just to say, I'm going through crazy shit, and it would almost just to have it so you're not talking to a wall, just talking to a person
I
who
agree.
doesn't judge and like, yeah, that shit priceless. And like again, you've done that for me several fucking times, and the same,
Same,
the other people I named have done that for me several fucking times in this.
same.
Um,
Hey, how about we like hop halfway down the list? Because I'm
because
pretty
it's
sure
getting a
that's
little.
been a question as well.
Oh, okay. It's getting a little too.
It's a little
Is
too
it getting too serious?
familiar with these
Oh, it's getting
questions.
too familiar. Okay.
Like like I'm pretty sure we've asked these exact same questions and given these answers on one of the earlier episodes.
Deep conversation starters for a date? No.
Oh hell no. That shit out of here.
You said, "Oh hell." No." He said, he said, "Oh hell no." I was fucking joking. He said, "Oh hell no." All right. You not trying to date me, man?
No.
I thought we just said we were close.
Yeah.
You don't want
Man.
to get you don't want to get closer.
Nah. We ain't too close like next.
Too close, like next.
Yep. There's a group named Next
I
in
was gonna
the
say, as in next the
90s
R&B group. Yeah.
who had a song called Too Close.
Oh yeah. This is question for your partners. We're not gonna ask this one. Is there anything we haven't tried in the bedroom that you want?
Nigga, there's 70 questions. How are we going to other topics? I'm just saying you said there were like 70 questions.
There's 70 deep questions, but they hop around between conversation starters, between
Oh,
uh,
okay. I was so confused.
partner for
I'm
a
like, why do
date.
you keep trying to change the topic?
No,
It was
I'm on the
just
same
no, I get
tab.
it
I'm on
now.
the
I get
same
it
tab.
now. I get it now. It's just like, what are we doing?
All right. Here we go. This is for a friend. I thought it was all gonna be 70 questions, just period. But this is like it was different shit like conversation starters for a date, for a partner. This is for a friend. Okay.
All right.
First one, I think this is a good one for a friend specifically. What do you love most about our friendship? Now that is deep as shit to think about
Yeah.
in the moment. This is cliche as shit to say, but there are, and I'm not gonna give a cop out answer and just leave it at this.
I
But
might. No.
there there is a lot of fucking shit to even say that I love about the friendship to narrow it down to like one thing, two things. So that's
Yes.
cliche as hell to even say that, but that's so true. But I will honestly say, if I really think about it, and there might be more to it after I say this, there might be like other, but the biggest thing I probably love about our friendship, and obviously, it is included, but the thing I love about our friendship is that we really are like brothers, and no matter how much time we spend apart, is anytime we reconnect, it's like nothing changed.
Yeah. I'm in a similar vein of the brotherhood scene. I didn't have brother when I was younger and stuff. As I got older and closer with y'all and we became like brothers. And like you said, with all of that, that's a sibling relationship I didn't have for real, for real. Um, you know a lot about my past before that, so someone gonna be like, well, what about that? You know what I'm talking about. But to have that and the fact that, like you said, no matter how long it goes, and this kind of extends to Bill as well, but just the friendships that I've had of this caliber, but especially like with you and Niven and everybody, um, the fact that no matter how far apart it goes, how long we go without talking, it's just instant right back where we were whenever we get back
Right, right.
to each
I love
other.
about this shit, man.
And yeah, the persistence of it. And it's rare to have. A friendship that lasts this long is rare. And one of the things I just cherish about a lot of my friendships, and that it goes over that, is how long a lot of my friendships are. Like,
Yeah, man.
even not even necessarily like, oh, I have 2,000 friends that have been to that. It's not necessarily what I'm saying. It's like even percentage wise of the people that I could truly call like a friend, the percentage of it where those are long lasting things. And how many things is like, okay, well, what about this friend that you don't talk to over there? It's never it's never really drama as to why I don't talk to the person. It's just literally, oh, one of us hasn't picked up the phone and called, but if we did, it'd just be like, oh, holy shit. Right back to friends again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that I have a lot of people where that's the case, I cherish that.
All right. Let's go in, let's get into another deep question. Let's see. All right, so was this in the same friend thing, question 13. Have you ever tried to suck your own dick?
The deep questions. That's what
No,
these questions are.
no shit. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that was really a question? Could you imagine if I wasn't
What
making
on the list?
and then
Like,
I shared the screen and showed you right there that was really written there. Oh God. Okay. Is there anything you've learned from me? That's a deep ass fucking question. Is there anything I've learned from you? Shit. I need to think on that one for a second. Um,
go for your dreams. Actually put in the work, and the results will come. Um, Again, I wasn't bullshitting. I'm not saying that's what you learned from me, by the way. I'm saying what stuff I
you're
learned
you're
from you.
you're speaking your perspective, right?
Yes, that I learned from you to answer the question.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, oh, for right now, it's making it sound like, because you're like, man, I need to think about that. What you learned from me is to go
This
for
is
your
what you've learned.
dreams.
I didn't hear it that way, but that's funny.
But no, you're pursuing, you were like, hey, for whatever reason, I'm gonna be a rapper. And you went out and did it, but you put in the work to actually improve at the craft, do the EPs, put in the work to do the music videos, scrap it together, be like, hey, I know this person, that person. What can I do to put this and make this thing happen? Then you're like, you know what? I want to take it a step further. I want to go into doing producing for plays, and I want to direct, and I want to do this, and you're making that happen more and more through your own willpower and being. Obviously, with any assistance that, are given to you through whatever. But I'm just saying, like, as far as your contribution, the fact that you still had the ambition to go out and do things. So you're a great example of that approach and taking that approach in life. And,
Well,
that
thank
people
you.
can do that.
I will say too that yeah, if you look at my early rap shit and then you look at my later rap shit, uh, oh, okay, my bad. If you look at my early rap shit and then you look at my later rap shit, I would honestly say that my secret identity, which was my last project that I've put out so far, I think that was actually some quality shit that like. And if you listen to the early shit, it's like this motherfucker is learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! But if you look like, so I appreciate you saying, because yeah, if you put in the work, that's anything. But also, I I respected the craft. I respected music in general and respected the craft of rap to study my ass off to try and get better at it. So I appreciate you saying that. I'm thinking, and again, this is cliche to say, but I feel like there's a lot of shit that I've learned from being around you. I'm not gonna use that as a cop out, but yeah.
I
But one thing,
mean, that's fine. That's my cop out for what I've taught you. A lot of stuff.
No, but I mean, like to say a specific. I hate
I just
sometimes. Sometimes I hate when people are like, "What could you say is something about blah blah blah," and they're like,
and yet
"There's so
this
much
was
to
your
say."
idea.
No, I mean I'm saying what I hate is when people are like, "There's so much to say, I couldn't say one thing," so they don't
Oh,
say
okay. I thought
they
you
don't they don't say one thing at all, and I'm like, there
were
can
there aren't
be
enough words.
right, like there could be 50 fucking things that you think on said topic, but give me one at least. So I kind of hate
Not
that stuff.
enough time in the world.
Right. I'll say that one thing I have definitely learned from you, man, is uh trying to find the right way to phrase it. I've seen with you that I don't think this will come off bad to say. I've seen it that like you over all our lifetime because we know each other really well. You and you used to kind of beat yourself up a lot or whatever. But I will say that one thing that I think that you are a testament of is no matter how confident you may or may not be in a topic, in a subject, that if you still think you need to go for that shit, you'll fucking go for it. And I respect the fuck out of that. You're like, you know what? I don't really know if I'm good at doing this at all. But I'm gonna fucking do it. So I will definitely say that that's something that I think that I've learned or I've definitely seen depicted from you. Like you're like, uh, do I know anything about being a YouTuber? Do I know about streaming? Do I know about doing this shit? Who gives a fuck? And then you do it, and then you fucking get better at the shit, and you stay consistent. So consistency, definitely, because that's one thing that I have to practice a lot of times is, and I feel like I've gotten better about it, but still is that that people in general, just because you're not ready doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't attempt it. And with you, you're like, I might not be ready. We're gonna fucking do this shit. So yeah, no, that's what's up. Yeah, I remember like before we started doing whatever we want, the hiatuses we've taken, but we sort of started doing it initially. And you were thinking about getting your YouTube channel and trying to actually make something of it and do something with it. And we had done a podcast previously, over the years, shit had happened here and there, blah blah blah, shit falls off. So then I was talking about us probably doing a podcast, and you were like, "Yeah, so this podcast, what are we gonna do? Do you want to do it?" I was like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, uh
Oh, thank you.
hell yeah, man. How do you see our friendship changing in the next 5 years? I don't.
There's the answer. Again, deep questions. Very
That's
deep
right.
questions.
Right.
My goodness.
Our life will change, personally and whatever, but I don't see we're gonna be 70 fucking years old still in each other's lives, getting together and fucking making like stupid jokes that aren't funny to anybody but us. Like that's just,
Congratulations.
good lord.
But um yeah.
Everybody at home is like, why
No,
is that so funny?
that's the point. That's
Uh,
the point. And, and we will move on. The point you said, making jokes that are funny to nobody but us. I said it, you laughed, they're confused. We move on.
okay, well in that case, did you know you have a dub?
And your parents should be ashamed. Maybe it's because they smoke cocaine.
Is that what I ain't say all that, did I?
I think at one point. You
That's
eat
fucking.
plums all day. That's why you purple and gray.
I did say
I
that.
do
I did say
remember there
that.
that you tried to do a lot. But good times, good times.
kind of off the last thing I just said, do you think we'd be as close friends as we are now if we hadn't met at a different time in our lives? Yes,
Yeah.
I think we do. I think we would have. Like if we had honest, if we had met now, now obviously you're in Orlando, I'm in STL, but if we had genuinely like if we were in the same city and met in the same area, you know,
Yeah.
at, at these ages, in our 30s, I think we still would have been friends.
We have enough in common
Yeah, we
to
do.
where we could have like met at a function, had a conversation, and then just end up like constantly like hanging out and stuff afterwards and all of that.
Right. Now,
Um, I do think that we would be friends because I have a lot of friends like who, while all unique and all their own people, very much so, there are enough through lines to where there's a lot of shared interest. Like part of that whole, oh, hey, I've had these friend groups for a long time. Apparently, it probably clicks because of how much we like have in common and stuff like
right.
that. And you know what I mean? We genuinely like being around people of that kind of type.
And one thing I noticed with me, kind of going offshoot of what you just said, I, Jazz, I do not keep people in my like tight close circle who I'm like who aren't good people and like assholes and stuff like that. Like I got some close friends, but then I've got some friends and I got a good amount of acquaintances and people I know and shit like that. But
Yeah.
there have been people of my life where I was like, oh, I was gonna try to be cool with you. You're a dick, so I don't mess with you. But like, so we would have we would have clicked because at least on my end, I would have tried to probably try and hang with you more because I'd have been like, dang, not only is he cool as hell, he's not an asshole. Like he's
Yeah.
not a terrible person. So yeah, I don't keep shitty people around me like that. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. What else do we have? Oh God. Okay. Some of these are dumb, deep conversations to resolve an argument.
I
Okay, let's see. I was trying to not necessarily ask these, but if they're supposed to be deep, they're supposed to be deep, right? So this is going back to the friend shit. And I guess maybe I didn't want to ask it just because I was like afraid of what the answer might be, even though it might not be a bad one. But have I ever done anything to upset you that you didn't address with me at the time?
30 years, probably.
Well,
Like, if it did, it probably wasn't worth addressing. Like, do I have any long lost grudges? Or, like, I've been saving this for
oh,
years. I'm
they've
sitting
been
on
stewing on
this.
that shit.
I'll never, it's like, yeah, that's my brother and everything, but I'm never gonna forgive him for that day type shit. You know what I mean? No. And if there was, it wouldn't be something I discussed with you. It wouldn't be a bombshell I drop on recorded thing for the internet to
Well,
see.
I was gonna say
But
if that was
the
the case,
other,
you could say yes. I was just about to say you could say yes and then tell me off the camera.
I'm like, what? But no,
There was that
honestly,
time when you fucking stole my girl and then you tried to fuck her right in front of me. Like, whoa.
yeah, that part of the reason my dating life is the way it is because I try to avoid because of the measures I took to avoid that kind of friend drama where, oh, that was my girl
hmm
happening.
Mhm.
I'm like, nah, let me not even open the door for that to ruin a friendship.
Exactly.
Uh, but yeah, like I said, with the wording of the question, have you ever done something that upset me that I didn't address with you at the time that it happened? Yeah, probably. We have
Probably
known you for 30 years. Now,
was it anything
was said thing probably addressed later? Possibly. What do I have any ill wills like, oh, remember that one time? No. Nothing that we haven't talked, especially nothing that we haven't talked about. I can think of one thing that you're mad at me about. Because,
no.
but you also bring it up every once in a while.
That's why I was
Uh,
going to say, for me, is there something that you did that upset me that I didn't address at the time? Well, there was that one. No, I'm joking. No. In all honesty, no. Like, is there anything that I didn't address with you and it was this bad and blah blah blah? And I'm honestly thinking about it, and no. Uh, and I know what you're talking about. The time where we used to play wrestle, and I always talk about how you fucking
the
power bomb,
goddamn pile driver.
power pile drive me or
It was
whatever.
supposed to be a power bomb.
And like I say every fucking time, excuse me for not wanting to fucking be power bombed.
Hey, yeah, it is your fault. You're not the
but,
lightest individual.
but at the same time, no, like that doesn't upset me. No, all these years later, and even at the time it happened, like it was like, okay, damn, it hurt, but I wasn't mad. I was just like, oh shit, my fucking neck hurts. Calm the fuck down. But I wasn't mad about the shit. And
Yeah.
I don't hold it against you. Every time I bring it up, I bring it up, but I bring it up as a joke. So no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, even if there was like something there that's not that you didn't tell me about, we're aware it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, is there anything that you would change about? Wait, is there anything about our friendship that you would change? I,
We would be in the same city.
I was gonna say the same shit. So whose fault is that, motherfucker?
Good question. Yeah. Yeah, you want to talk deep questions. Whose fault is it, truly, that we
Somebody,
don't live the same city
somebody
anymore?
had to go and try to further his education.
Somebody's
Better,
busy trying to build a theater empire in his hometown.
somebody was like, I'm gonna move away from terrible climates, meet new people, and further my education.
Go to
Ooh.
college.
Right. Um. No, joke like all jokes aside, I was gonna say the same thing. We'd be in the same city because we were in the same city. We would probably me, you, and Ibn, or me, you, Ibn, Bill
Yeah.
would be we'd be having fucking like dinner together at least once a week, if not over each other's like places like every other
Mhm.
fucking night. Like we would be doing that shit like easily.
Yeah. See, it's because of the whole wanting to live in the same city thing, that I wanted to say with the whole, if you could live one place, where would you? And say
Uh,
St. Louis. But I, I technically would be lying because I'm not living in St. Louis right now. That said, I'm only not living in St. Louis because of the weather and the friends I have down here at this point.
right.
Um, and like you said, I've spent about damn near equal parts of my life in each city.
You spend a good amount of your motherfucking time in fucking Orlando, man. Like,
Hmm.
I know you went down there and stayed and set up a whole another home. That's why I say you can claim
Yeah,
Orlando as your
but
home town.
as we talked about or are gonna talk or well as it's evident on the screen, when it comes down to what side I pick, St. Louis. Baby. Signing.
I think
Nice.
that's the STL is sign language. Uh,
I have no idea.
if we getting deep, let's get deep.
Or is that going to happen in this podcast?
Do you feel like I really listen to you?
Yeah.
You said that without hesitation. I appreciate that because I feel like you listen to me too. So yes, this not.
Like,
The thing is, it's not. They're supposed to be deep, but they're not super deep because we don't have a shitty friendship.
hey, man. Now listen to you. I don't know. I was listening to you about 10 minutes ago when you go, one of the things I took was a lot of the stuff you say about do blah blah blah. Oh yeah, and I think this about so and so so and so. I've learned this, that, and that from you. Here's all the things we've learned from one another and how much inspiration we've taken from another. Do I listen to you?
Oh man, that's funny because it's like if we had a tumultuous friendship, you feel like I listen to you. Actually, no, because sometimes
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talk it, but it's not like that. Like,
Yeah. This is exactly like you said. This is for people that don't have the best of friendships, and they just want to tell the other person they don't have the best of friendships. What is something that you secretly hate about me from all these years?
right? That you secretly hate about me.
Nothing. Well, here's what I secretly hate about you.
What if it turned out what if it turned out that that's what this episode was? And it turned out that it was just me. Like I said, I picked these questions for us, Pete, and then everything from you was just like, actually, Jazz, I appreciate you. And I'm like, well, man, with you, it was like, it was just me using an excuse to just tell you you wasn't shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is for. It's for one person to be like, "Nah, bestie, of course you listen to me." Well, I don't think you listen to me because so. Oh, who's your hero? Well, I don't know. I guess so. I'll tell you who's not my hero. You motherfucker. And
You
here's
with your
fucking what.
foolishness. Yo,
If you
you
could
got
live one
shit ass.
place in the world, where would it be? Not where you is. What? What do you
Right.
mean? Just this is wherever you is, not there. That's where I would choose to live for the rest of my life. Like, damn.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, these questions supposed to be deep. Like, oh, who's this? Ah, bam. Yes, there's the answer. Cool.
Uh, uh, what moment between us made you laugh the most? I don't have a specific moment that made me laugh the most because
30
even
years.
I say even now we fucking laughing our fucking asses off about the goofiest of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't necessarily have like a moment that made me laugh the most. I guess you don't either. Like a specific moment. Um,
Too many
what's
laughs.
what's the happiest memory you have of our friendship? Now, again, this is a cliched answer, but there are too many to name. But two that genuinely come to mind for me, and obviously these two, there's several, but these are two that come to mind. When we did the film project over the summer, when we were both, in our teens,
Yeah.
that that was fun as a motherfucker. Just
Oh,
to be
yeah.
there and for us to be like, like actually out there getting it, on some like moving on up on some acting shit. And the
That was
second,
one for me, especially because it also involved Dunk and one of the
mhm.
rare moments for me where my friend groups can intermingle.
and and that was just a fun ass summer, man, to this day. Um and like 20 fucking years ago, shit. And then another happy memory for me that comes to mind that was one that sticks out. I gotta come back and visit y'all in fucking Orlando. But when I came down in 2013 and visited y'all around the time of the like fighting game tournament FGC or whatever the fighting game
CEO.
CEO FGC was having CEO fighting game community was having CEO. I came down there and I was actually joking up with one of my coworkers about that like a few weeks ago because I said I had a good ass time, but I said it was such some dude shit because all y'all staying in that place. And I said, yeah, I said my best friend knew I was coming down for like a month or two. I get down there, this nigga sleeping in a chair. This nigga sleeping on the couch. They put me on the floor with couch cushions. I said, these niggas. But
Hey,
it was some of the best times, man. Y'all were such a cool ass friend group. Going to the Wawa to get bullshit, going over here to fucking have some late night snacks, hanging in his place, staying up, just like playing video games, fucking like just like it was a true summer getaway with my best friend and his friends, and I feel like I instantly clicked with everybody, and I had a good ass fucking time. So that was a good memory for me too.
yeah. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. CEO 2013 was a great experience. And the aforementioned film project with you and Dunk. Um, other damn,
It's a lot of them.
there's a lot. I will say I'm not sure if it's just Smash or even Soul Calibur itself, but a lot of the video game playing with you guys
Man, we had
and the fact that it whatever imprint it had on me and my fighting games early on and stuff, because I didn't really play Soul Calibur 2 with a lot of people in St. Louis. But like or I don't feel like I did compared to the friend group down here, which literal only thread in common when we formed the friend group was we play Soul Calibur 2.
oh shit.
Like we met at a Soul Calibur 2 arcade machine.
oh
How
shit.
are you? Oh, you play this game, so do I. Da, 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 da. Now I have a couple friends that I met in orientation, but even he went to the arcade and would be part of playing Soul Calibur 2. Another one, actually, yeah, the whole friend group from orientation also kind of go into that. But at least we talk and found out about other games like Final Fantasy VII and the like. But the bottom line is just playing games with others and stuff like that. You guys were some of the first people that I got to do that with. Obviously, eventually I would be able to play games with my cousin and some of the friends in my grandma's neighborhood. But yeah, tons of memories. What are we talking about?
I mean, I thought of some memories while you were talking just now that was so fun. I to this day I still don't know where Ibn was. Shout out to Big Bro that day. But me and you were over your house and we was watching like SmackDown or some shit, and we were like,
The
because
root beers, the
we couldn't
commercial
pause
break.
it. Yeah, see, yeah, you remember? So we couldn't pause the TV back then, obviously, fucking early 2000s. So we was at Pete's place. We watched it Friday. I think it was
It
Tuesday
was
night, some
SmackDown.
whatever
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck.
probably Friday, given
They
that
jumped.
we're
But
hanging out.
we watched SmackDown, and we were like, "Oh shit, okay." Like Mick Foley was gonna come back. We were like waiting for commercial. We were all dressed, shoes on, socks on, ready to fucking go, jackets ready. And he lived walking distance, but it was it was a little bit of a walk, but walking distance where you had to go down this fucking like
Steep hill.
yeah, this slight little steep hill, walk across this parking lot and run to the grocery store and shit. We were like, man, we want to get something to drink, but we don't want to miss Mick Foley when he comes back.
Mhm.
So commercial hit, we rushed out the door, went through the little fence hole, down the hill, went, bought the fucking root beers, got whatever other snacks, hurried, ran back, got back, and got back in time before it came back from commercial.
Yeah, that was a
And
good time. Those those days where I could drink a whole 3 liter of root beer in an evening,
this fool
or in like
used
2 hours.
This fool used to drink not a 2 liter, but a fucking 3 liter of fucking root beer. And he loved it so fucking much that he would not offer your ass shit. Hey man, can I get some? No, this is mine. I love root beer. No. It's like,
Yeah,
damn,
right.
to be
I
fair,
spent
what's
the
yours?
whole. Yeah, you could buy one too. It was like $1.
Mm,
But
it was $1. Yeah.
it's like, why didn't
uh,
you get one? I got this 3 liter for me. It's
it was
$5.
yours. You didn't have to offer shit, but it was just funny.
Yeah.
This like you would start drinking it and you would like drink it slow, like you savored the shit. So about halfway through the shit would get flat and you still would drink the rest of it anyway.
Hey, I spent a whole dollar on that. You know, I'll drink that.
Uh, Another memory that came to mind was we spend the night over each other's house a lot. You know, me and Ibn would go over yours, you would come over ours, whatever. And then Pete is a few years older than me, and when South Park Bigger Longer Uncut came out, and we weren't supposed to be watching it, so we would be up on the stairs, like you would be downstairs pretending like you were watching this shit, but me and Ibn up on the stairs watching it through the slats. You were
I know
watching it.
one time I snuck it up to the room
Mm-hmm.
so we could watch the movie.
There was one time where
Because I wasn't supposed to be watching it either.
oh shit, I thought you okay.
I'm
Oh shit.
pretty sure.
No,
When did it
I
come
thought
out?
South Park like fucking 2000, 2001, maybe 2002,
If that was the case, I wasn't supposed to be watching it either.
something like that. I remember being over your place and we fucking young boys, whatever, early teens, whatever the fuck, preteens, and we fucking we had the value of the lowest shit watching the few seconds of swordfish with fucking
Yeah.
Ali Berry and that
Hmm.
shit. I
Yeah,
remember
99.
South Park.
Yeah, 99.
So none of
Yeah.
us should have been watching that shit.
Nope.
That's funny.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to be watching that movie either. So I'm like, I don't think I would be in that bold to just watch it in the living room.
I thought you were okay. Well, I remember watching it with you, and we weren't supposed
Yeah.
to watch it.
No, no.
So none of us should have been watching
Right. No, I have often said that I was a bad influence on you two,
it.
but y'all say no.
Mm,
So it is what it is.
mm, no,
It's okay. I have another friend that claims they were a bad influence on me, and I tell them that they weren't. So it is what it is.
is it who I think it is?
Probably.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, and another thing I say too is a great memory is back in the days of VHS, but you got WrestleMania 17 and we didn't, and that was being big wrestling fans and that being the fucking Attitude Era, and you recorded that shit and you had already seen it, and by the time we were able to go over your house and spend the night, we like watched WrestleMania 17 with you. And that was a fucking good time too. So I was gonna say it's too many to name, man. Like it's too many happy fucking memories, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could think of the time where we were fucking standing over the fucking bridge one time and the cars going by overpass and Ibn randomly said rush hour traffic, boom, for no
Boom.
fucking reason. And we were all like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like there was one time where we were
I thought
playing.
about saying that earlier instead of Kum Kum Mancha Lady, by the way.
That's hilarious. There was a time we were playing. We used to play Pokemon. Pokemon was big back when we were growing up. Pokemon Stadium, where you could fucking play, the Pokemon battles, but you could play it
Mm.
on the Nintendo 64 system and shit. And we were doing that. And my voice randomly cracked one time, and the game was Ekans Hoop Hurl. And I said, Hoop Hurl? And y'all wouldn't stop making fun of me for that shit. Like, it's like too many memories, man. It's too many memories. Like, I can't, I I could keep going. That's how much I fucking love my brother and I love you. And the three of us have this brotherly bond, and I could keep going with this shit. So, anyway, he's like you about to say
And suplex. Sit
something.
down. Lay back. Don't smoke crack. Stand up. You know, I'm kind of do the running man. Falling forward for you.
You remember all of that.
Bodie, Wody. Ah, good
I'm a,
times.
I'm
We
a
could be the
part of this.
ones. There's a lot of
Bruh, that wasn't that bad. It was corny. It wasn't that bad.
yeah. No one's saying it's bad. It was corny. It was funny.
Oh shit.
And it's funny that it always gets a laugh to be like, we could be the ones. You're right. There's nothing wrong with it. It made sense. You were both 11. It here's how much it makes sense. The fucking Usos walk around going, we the ones. Like, it's okay. Yes, it makes sense. It's just funny, like, at the time, just the
Now
enthusiasm.
don't finish don't finish the punchline for this inside joke, but
Oh, I will. No.
I was wrong for, hey, you remember that fat man that always sits on people? I was wrong for that one. I was wrong for that one. That's who I thought he was talking. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, as you can see, everybody, we've been friends for a very long time. We don't see our friendship, stopping anytime fucking soon. Um, like I say, this man I see is gonna be in my life until you know if I am fortunate to have a very long fruitful life, this man's gonna be in my life until it stops. And I don't see either my life or his friendship stopping anytime soon.
Agreed.
That being, huh?
Agreed.
That being said, if you would like to follow your boy, you can go ahead and find me on Instagram under the name Forever Superjaz,
Superjaz.
as nature intended. And that would be the word forever spelled correctly, followed by Superjaz. You can go ahead and look up some of the music outings that we talked about, touched on a little bit, that I have done. Anywhere you stream your music, go ahead and check it out. I rap under the name Superjaz, so just type it in all one word again, Superjaz. Also, as we talked about, yes, I have started. I am now the artistic director of a budding theater company in the St. Louis area. So if you want to stay up to date with all things that have to do with that, you can go ahead and look up on Facebook Aquarian Rising Productions. That is Aquarian Rising Productions, Aquarian, not Aquarius. Also, you can go ahead and look that up, the theater company, on Instagram under Official Aquarian Rising. Yes, we are a 501c3. I got that shit finally back active. God, the business side of this shit, anyway. Enough said. But I got the 501c3 back up. So we are official 501c3. So, if you want to, if anybody's out there who has some pockets and would like to donate, any donation is welcome. But either way, yes. We have a show coming up the last 2 weekends of June, starting June 19th, going, like I say, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, last 2 weekends. It's going to be Yarns, the stories and plays of Zora Neale Hurston, adapted for the stage by Gregory S. Carr, directed by yours truly.
Awesome. That's cool.
So, tickets are only $20. You'll be able to find them online. The link is not up, but they will be online shortly. There's also two pay what you can performances. So if 20 is a little bit too much, which in 2026 I completely understand, trying to keep the tickets cheap, but still understand that every little bit. So pay what you can on Sundays will be those. And I mean, yeah, that's what I got going on. What's happening with you, my man?
Ah, you know how it is and where you can find me. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in. Stop on by. Streaming Earth Day 240. You know what that means. Yeah, that's what I gotta
Oh,
say.
I thought you had a longer little diatribe because we usually do. Anyway,
Ah,
that being said, all things being what they are and what they can be. What the fuck are we gonna talk about next time?
Whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adiosness.